Listen up, Toronto. A thrilling prospect is on the horizon that could change everything for the Maple Leafs as we gear up for the playoffs. What if a local hero, someone who embodies the spirit of our beloved city, could join our ranks and make a significant impact? The potential for a high-stakes trade is heating up, and this could be the moment we've all been waiting for. Join me in exploring how this move could reshape our team's destiny. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like to keep up with the latest and greatest news about our Maple Leafs. Big news, folks! The Toronto Maple Leafs are on the verge of making a monumental trade that could reshape their fate as they gear up for the playoffs. Rumours are swirling, and the name on everyone's lips is Scott Laughton, the talented center from Philadelphia. Now let me tell you why this could be the game-changer we've been waiting for. Laughton isn't just any player. He's the ideal third-line center that Toronto desperately needs. He brings a perfect blend of offensive prowess and solid defensive skills, something the Leafs have been lacking. With 11 goals and 15 assists this season, his numbers might not scream first-line star, but they reflect a consistency that's crucial for a team under the bright lights of Toronto. Plus, he's a power play specialist, which could elevate the Leafs when it matters most in the playoffs. But here's the kicker. Laughton is from Oakville. Can you imagine the pride and motivation he would bring to the team, not just as a player, but as a local hero? He's expressed his desire to don the Leafs jersey, and that passion could be infectious in the locker room. It's more than just a trade. It's an opportunity for him to fulfill a lifelong dream, and that kind of fire could ignite the whole team. Now, let's talk strategy. The Leafs have the assets to pull this off. A first-round pick in 2026, combined with a promising prospect, names like Fraser Minton, Noah Chadwick, or Miroslav Holinka have been thrown around. Could be the ticket to landing Laughton. This trade could provide immediate impact without jeopardizing the team's long-term future. That's a delicate balance that management must navigate carefully. And let's be real, this isn't just about one player. It's about the ripple effect he could create. Picture a line featuring Laughton, Mitch Marner, and John Tavares. Marner's elite playmaking combined with Laughton's physical presence and Tavares' scoring touch could be a nightmare for opposing defenses. Laughton has a knack for positioning himself perfectly for rebounds and creating scoring opportunities, traits that could open up the ice for his line mates. But will Brad Treliving make this move? Honestly, I'm torn here. On one hand, we have a player who fits the mold of what the Leafs need, but on the other, I can't help but wonder if there are other directions he might consider. This is the kind of decision that can define a franchise. Will they seize the moment and go for broke, or play it safe and risk missing out on a player who could be pivotal in the playoffs? I want to hear from you, Leafs Nation. Do you think trading for Laughton is the right path? What do you expect from this team as we head into the critical stretch of the season? Your thoughts matter, so drop your opinions in the comments below. As we dive into the latest buzz surrounding our beloved Toronto Maple Leafs, it's impossible to ignore the critical needs this team is facing as we approach the trade deadline. With the roster currently needing both defensive support and depth, at center, the whispers of a potential three-team trade are sending excitement through the fan base. I'm talking about the opportunity to solidify our lineup with the addition of Braden and Luke Schenn. Imagine the brothers reuniting in Toronto. This could be the spark we need to elevate our playoff hopes. Let's talk about Max Domi stepping back into that 3C role. Sure, he's got the skills, but we all saw how that experiment was more of a stopgap solution than a long-term fix. Craig Berube has faced the challenge of mixing and matching defensemen like Simon Benoit, Connor Timmins, and Philippa Myers as he searches for stability on that third pair. It's clear that we need something more reliable, especially when the pressure mounts in our defensive zone. With just 2 weeks until the trade deadline, GM Brad Treliving has an opportunity here to address both our center depth and defensive needs in one fell swoop. Elliot Friedman's insights on Braden Schenn are intriguing. While he hasn't yet been approached about waiving his no-trade clause, the conversations around uniting the Schenn brothers are picking up steam. Braden brings grit and playoff experience, qualities that can't be overstated as we push for a deep post-season run. Luke, on the other hand, has already made a mark in Toronto and many fans believe he thrived alongside Morgan Riley during his last stint here. The chemistry is there, and adding both could transform our roster. However, let's not kid ourselves. The price for Schenn from the Blues is steep and might give Treliving pause. With Braden locked into a $6.5 million cap hit for 3 more years, it's a significant commitment. Yet if the goal is to win now, is that price worth it? I find myself torn on this one. The Schenn brothers both have championship pedigrees and styles that are built for playoff hockey. They can elevate our game when it matters most, but how far are we willing to stretch our resources for immediate returns? And consider this. While Braden might not have a direct history with the current Leafs roster, his time under Berube in St. Louis speaks volumes. A winning mentality is contagious, and bringing in players who know how to win can only benefit our locker room dynamic. Plus, let's not forget the emotional element of bringing the brothers together. It could galvanize the team and fan base alike, providing a narrative that resonates deeply with all of us. So, what's the verdict? Do we pull the trigger on this massive 3-team deal to make a splash? Personally, I believe that if Treliving can navigate the trade waters wisely, this could set us up for success, not just this season, but for years to come. The emotional investment is real, and the thought of Braden and Luke Schenn wearing the blue and white is exhilarating. But I want to hear from you. What do you think? Are the Schenns the answer to our playoff prayers, or should we be looking elsewhere? Join the conversation in the comments below. Your insights matter, and I want to know what you expect from this team as we head toward the deadline. Are we going to see the Schenn brothers in Toronto? Could this be the move that makes or breaks our season? Don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates on our Maple Leafs. And remember to activate that notification bell so you don't miss any of the action. Let's get this conversation going.